Let's imagine a bank teller helping a customer. They wouldn't use yesterday's printed spreadsheet to check your account balance, right? They need a live look right into the system at that exact second. And that is exactly why we need real-time connectors in Copilot Studio. They let your AI agents answer questions with up to the millisecond data, all without ever copying any sensitive financial information. Grasping this core concept is actually your very first step toward passing the AB 620 certification. So to really understand how this happens, we need to take a look under the hood. Okay, let's dive into the architecture. When you build an agent, you absolutely do not want it storing a massive copy of sensitive customer data. Instead, the agent acts as a live middleman. Copilot Studio only indexes the metadata. Think of metadata kind of like a library's card catalog. It knows a filing cabinet is labeled accounts, but it's not actually reading the secure files inside. The actual payload data, that stays securely in its home system until the very moment a user asks a question, which in tech terms we call runtime. For the AB 620 exam, you need to lock in this absolute rule. Real-time connectors index metadata, never the payload data itself. This fundamentally changes the way we approach our standard architecture.
Let's contrast standard Copilot connectors with real-time connectors. Think of a standard connector like studying from a printed report. It copies and semantically indexes the content into Microsoft Graph so your agent can quickly read it later. But a real-time connector, that's literally like picking up the phone and calling the warehouse directly for a spot inventory check. It keeps the data entirely in its original source system and fetches it via runtime APIs. Because the data isn't copied or cached anywhere, we get perfect live accuracy, which is a vital architectural distinction to remember for the exam. And, as you'll see, this fundamental difference directly impacts how we handle user access.
Imagine calling your internal HR department to check your remaining vacation days. You should only be able to see your own file, right? Well, with real-time connectors, the entire process happens strictly under the specific user's authenticated identity. Because data retrieval only happens at runtime, the original system's access controls are completely honored during every single API call. So if an employee asks the agent a question, they only receive data they are already authorized to see in the source system. For the AB 620 exam, your big takeaway here is that you never have to rebuild your security model inside Copilot Studio. Let's shift gears and look at exactly how you configure this inside the platform.
Building this out is a really straightforward progression, much like configuring a basic API if you were guiding a junior developer. First, you open up your agent, click Add Knowledge, and authenticate to your chosen real-time connector. Second, you select the specific tables you want to use, like account data from a core banking system. Third, you enter a name and description. Finally, you just select Add to Agent. Now, for the AB 620 exam, pay incredibly close attention to this next detail. After you click Add, the status will show as In Progress, while Copilot Studio indexes that metadata we talked about earlier. Only when the status flips to Ready can the agent actually start pulling those live answers. While Step 4 is what gets it running, Step 3 is secretly the entire brain of the operation.
Remember in Step 3, where we gave our connector a name and a description? Well, think of the agent's orchestrator as a really efficient corporate mailroom dispatcher. It reads that exact description to know precisely when to route a user's question to this specific live tool, rather than just checking a standard knowledge base. If your description says live account balance, the orchestrator knows to use this API immediately, the exact second a user asks for a balance. Grasping this routing logic is absolutely essential for passing the AB 620 exam. But of course, even the smartest dispatcher in the world still has to follow corporate rules.
Data loss prevention, or DLP policies, act a lot like the bouncers at the door of your IT infrastructure. These governance frameworks determine exactly which connectors are permitted or blocked in your environment. If a specific connector is blocked by your environment's DLP policies, it simply won't appear as an option for you to build with in Copilot Studio. And here's the kicker. If a policy changes later and blocks a connector you are already using, your real-time knowledge source will instantly break and stop working. You must always verify your DLP policies before you start building, which is a critical best practice often tested on the AB 620 exam. Beyond governance, you also need to navigate a few hard technical limits.
Consider this your pre-flight checklist for the exam. First, as of April 2026, this feature is in preview status, meaning you should always monitor release notes before building any heavy production dependencies. Second, premium connectors naturally require premium Copilot Studio licenses. Third, real-time connectors are strictly designed for structured data. Think of structured data as the highly organized rows and columns of an Excel spreadsheet or a SQL table, not the long paragraphs you'd find in a PDF document.
Finally, because the agent is reading live transactional rows, instead of indexed documents, it cannot provide inline citations, and that limitation leads us directly to our ultimate architectural decision.
Let's say you are designing an agent for a highly regulated environment. This is a classic real-world scenario you absolutely must know how to solve for the AB 620 exam. You know that a standard Copilot connector gives you strict document-level auditability through inline citations, but the data itself might be slightly stale. On the other hand, a real-time connector gives you absolute up-to-the-millisecond accuracy of live data, but zero document-level citations because, well, there's no indexed document to reference. So, in a strict compliance audit, how will you choose between the absolute accuracy of live data and the strict auditability of document-level citations?